Hi there. A little bit of technical problems, but welcome to Ölverk in Hveragerði. I'm going to show you here the view of the restaurant and pizzeria and hot sauce makers. They are located in a town called Hveragerði, just 30 minutes outside of Reykjavik. And gleðilegan Þorra, Laufey and Elvar.
Yeah, gleðilegan Þorra. We're going to speak English though, right?
Yes, we're gonna speak English. So we're saying Happy Þorri. Þorri is one of the old Viking months called to the old Viking calendar, and it's very traditional to eat, very strange old food, traditional food during the period, having banquets and stuff. But what is Ölverk, guys?
So Ölverk is a pizzeria and a brewery, and we also make hot sauce. So Ölverk is a lot of things actually, but mainly we are a local restaurant in Hveragerði that serves fire pig pizza and home brewed beer.
And it's a passion project that has been ongoing since 2017 officially, but the interest in this field of work or hobby, I look at it as a hobby, starts probably 10 years back regarding the beer. Yeah.
Okay. So you were brewing at home?
We were. He was.
I was making beer.
Okay.
Yeah, it started. I think it was 2013 that he started to make beer in our tiny garden garage, and sat there on a bucket brewing his homemade beer. And the neighbors thought, because of the aroma of the brewing process, they very much thought that there was something extra illegal going on in our garden. But it was just him making his homemade beer.
So they maybe thought that he was growing weed or something like that. That's
possibly.
It's not the same aroma.
It's not the same aroma, but those who are unfamiliar with it might assume, but it's definitely not. But yeah, from there I'm just going to tell my side of the story, like how I saw it. So we had our first son and just newly born, and then all of a sudden this man decided on we have food incoming.
Nice.
But yeah,
he decided on what?
He decided to give everything up, and well, let's have a look. Okay, here it is. It's the pizza. We're going to talk about it in a bit. But he decided to throw everything away, spend all our savings into
Diploma in brewing in
the UK. Where was it? In Sunderland. So he went there while I had an infant at home. He came back home, and all of our families, they thought that he had gone crazy, because this is 9 years ago. So this field of work, being a brewer, wasn't that common. So they thought that he was just a raging alcoholic, spending all our money into kind of beer hobby. But he came back home and got a job right away at Ölverk Brewery here in the Flóin, 20 minutes away from our hometown, Hveragerði. And stayed there and worked on great beers with good reputation until May 2017, when we actually then opened Ölverk.
Nice.
So that's the beer side of the story.
So what was the plan? Was it, you obviously a pizzeria? Was there no pizza place in Hveragerði at the time, or?
No, there was no pizza
at the moment.
No. At the moment, but there's one at the moment, other pizza place. So right now there are two, but when we opened Ölverk, there was none. So we were the only pizzeria in town for a while. And we like pizza. We've had pizza nights, Friday pizza night at home for many years. And many of our friends and family, they would call us on like Friday nights and like, hey, what are you doing? Like, knowing that we were having a pizza night, so we'd have a lot of friends and family always over for pizza. So we had a reputation for quality, good homemade pizza, and decided when we were deciding on open this restaurant, brew pub, that we would absolutely want to combine quality craft beer and pizza made from our recipes and passion.
Sounds excellent. I've tasted them several times, and they are quite excellent. You make the dough is from sour bread, right? Sourdough, I mean.
Sourdough, it has sourdough qualities.
Yeah.
So like we all know how sourdough is exactly made. So our flour has the quality of it, and it is considered to be lighter on the stomach, and yeah, definitely good quality dough, homemade, fresh every day.
Sounds good. But what? Okay, pizzeria and beer. What made you think that to start up your own brew house in Hveragerði? Like, what was the origin of that? You're obviously making beer with Ölvisholt, but did you think that you wanted to make your own recipes, or?
I mean, I think mainly it's just the passion for making beer that is fresh, because beer is always best when it's freshly brewed or freshly packaged. And the reason I went for the diploma in brewing was to learn to make beer and open my own small brewery. The Ölverk project was just like a side project on the way to get to the place where I was confident enough to run my own brewery and make my own beer. And then the pizza is just like a side project of the brewery, but in reality, the pizza is the main thing, and the brewery is the second project.
It's a bit hard to survive being a microbrewery in Iceland, right? Obviously, you're selling to the state-run alcohol stores, and the government takes a high taxation of each can of each beer. So, how much is it for beer? Percentage?
At the restaurant or in these liquor stores?
Just
let's start with the liquor stores.
Yeah.
The liquor store is about 70% that goes to the states
of the price.
Of the price in the store.
So 70%. Let's say a can of this costs 500 kroners in the liquor store, then 70% of the price goes to the government. All kinds of taxes and regulations around the Icelandic beer scene, but and you can only buy alcohol legally in restaurants to consume there. Restaurants or pubs and bars, clubs, when they are actually open for real now in 2 years, like most other places. But if you go to a bar and you buy a pint of glass, it would be all from 1,100 kronas up to 1,300, and then higher as the alcohol percent increases. So the stronger the beer is in Iceland, the higher price is on the beer. So IPAs, stouts, those with a high alcohol level percent, they are more expensive than just the ones that are under 5%.
That's mainly because of course, of the taxation, because the government also gets more money or takes higher taxation based on the alcohol percentage. So that's one of the reasons probably why the pizzeria has taken more of the work, so to speak. It's hard to survive on the selling of alcohol to the restaurant.
We've been now a year in the official liquor stores, and the sell there has been quite good. And basically, I'm gonna say almost saved us during the COVID. Because COVID hits us like the rest of the world in February, March, and just before that, in January 2020, we put a down payment on a canning machine from the States. Costing States. So when COVID came, we already had ordered and bought partially this canning line. So we started canning in the fall 2020, and our first beer release was in
December
2020.
Like October.
October. The first beer we launched officially outside to consume outside of Ölverk was in November 2020, and right now, crazy. So I think we've launched now around 8 or 10 beers in the liquor store, and we've been getting good reviews. We've been selling out, and yeah, I would say we are in demand, and because we started only as a pizzeria, so we got a quite large fan base from the people that were coming into us to have a beer at the premises and to have a pizza. So when we finally launched our product, the beer cans, people were familiar with the brand, the place, and absolutely were willing to give us a chance and buy our products. And we're really grateful for the attention and good reviews we've had so far.
So the first 3 years you were basically just selling from the restaurant. You were not selling, to the state or not.
Yeah, we're only selling beer inside the premises.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing out, nothing in cans or bottles or kegs, just inside Ölverk.
Okay.
So you had to come here with a bus from Reykjavik and consume a lot and go back to the bus home to Reykjavik, or just stay here at the numerous hotels that are in town. This is quite a hotspot at the moment for people to go on a weekend getaway. This weekend, I wouldn't say the town is packed, but we are seeing more people during this weekend in town than we have in a few weeks.
Yeah.
And I think it's because many people are being released from quarantine and some kind of COVID situation in the capital, which is 30-40 minutes away. So we're having a lot of couples in town just trying to relax and forget their agony in the quarantine.
Yeah, getting to travel a little bit,
Exactly.
Yeah, there's been a fourth wave of COVID, of course, in Iceland, like in most parts of the world. The Omicron virus has been hitting Iceland hard, but fortunately, fewer cases of serious illness. So
absolutely.
But a lot of people in isolation. So people are just.
I think the isolation and quarantine is heavy on many people, and also just the kids having to have the kids at home. But let's not go into that direction. Keep it light. Let's keep it light.
Yeah. So eight beers since you first launched in the state-run alcohol stores. Many of travelers don't know that we are very seasonal in our beers. Iceland is a very seasonal thing. So you get basically front row seats in the state-run alcohol stores as long as you have seasonal beer going on.
Yeah.
So probably most of your beers have been those kind of beers, right?
We
have 4 beers all year round.
Like a core family.
Yeah. We have an red ale, we have a pils, we have a IPA and sour.
And the light beer.
And the light beer that
2%.
is like all year round. Then we launch into these season categories that are like Christmas beers. Now we have Þorrablót, which is like this season. Then we have Easter beers and summer beers. Then the Oktoberfest beers. And we put beers into these season also. So we always have like 5 beers at the store at least every time.
Okay. So the names are I really like them. You put a little bit of creativity in the names. You had Grilla for Christmas, right? Grilla.
Yeah. So all the names are based on geysers in Iceland all around, because we are from a geothermal area. So we use name from hotspots in Iceland, and Grilla is one of the hotspots actually here in Hveragerði. Hot Spring.
One of the oldest
one. So we pick the names from like so. There's a hot area in the famous
Geyser. Good for Geyser, the Golden Circle area.
Golden Circle area. And the name of the beers come from these different geothermal areas in Iceland.
And lucky for us, there are a lot of hot springs and hot areas in Iceland. So the name bank, nafnabanki in Icelandic, the name bank is quite large. So we are ready with quite an interesting list of names to come. And it'll be interesting. And actually, while we did go in other direction last summer for summer beer, that was quite a deroute from our normal theme. So we decided on having a Mexican theme for the summer beer. So we put a prickly pear cactus fruit in the beer, and that cactus is originated in Mexico, and we were like, okay, there must be geothermal areas in Mexico, right? So we Google it and we figure out that Mate is a hot spring in Mexico. So our last summer beer, summer 2021, the name came from a hot spring in Mexico, obviously.
Nice.
and I think no one got the name right. I think we're still pronouncing it wrong, sadly. So if there anyone from Mexico, just let us know how to say it exactly.
Well, pronounce it once more for us. Just
Queximo Mate.
Quexico Mate.
Okay. Nice.
We might be missing some, I don't know.
Yeah.
But we haven't decided on the next summer beer really. But that first we have the Easter beer.
Yeah.
We have the Þorrablót right now. I mean, Þorrablót, it has this infamous letter that's, I don't know what's it like. It's like an I, and then it has
like a P.
It's like a P, just
but
lower.
Dropped a little bit.
Drop the P a little bit.
Yes.
And Þorra and 2 R's. There are like 4 R's in the beer. I know that's hard to pronounce for many. So it's a tongue twister, I would say. Like any our names are. They are all kind of hard.
What is the Þorrablót today? You know, what's your?
So we have a Belgium style, I would say.
Pale ale.
Pale ale. So we use Belgium yeast to ferment all the sugars, and then we add some delicious hops to bring some aromas and flavors to the beer.
Mm-hmm. And 7%. It's quite strong.
Yeah, it's on the stronger side.
Yeah, but we like it. It's cold. It's
winter needs strong beers.
We need strong beer.
Warm you up. And
it's like a perfect mid-winter festival beer because Þorrablót, I think in English it's mid-winter festival, right? Mid-winter festival.
Some say that Christmas is actually the midwinter festival.
Oh, well.
It's basically, there are 2 explanations for Þorrin, of course. Þreyja Þorran is basically enduring the remains of winter. So you're basically, trying to get through the last couple of months of winter before summer comes again.
Survival of the fittest.
Yes, and then of course some say that maybe it's connected to this Thor, the thunder god, and a banquet in his honor. But that's we haven't resolved what is the correct answer for that. But so you brew your beers, you pair them up with food, right? You're constantly making hot sauces, and you're making, of course, various different types of pizzas, and very very original pizza that you have here in front of you. Would you like to show the audience what you're?
Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. This is it.
So that's cinch sheephead pizza, right?
Yes, full sheep, half of a sheephead on a pizza.
That's actually called, I think, in English, singed sheep head. Singed. So. Yeah. And what we did here with this pizza is maybe he's going to tell us Elvar, what or how this was cooked?
Okay. So we boil the sheep head in stout that we have on tap at the moment from us for 2 hours, just on the stove. We add some spices to it, and then.
Did they give you a small glass?
Yes, a small glass. So we don't get it all.
Oopsie.
And then we finish it in the oven with the fire, the pizza oven, and we brush it with or glaze it with barbecue sauce to make in house. And the barbecue sauce has a
Sheep dung.
sheep dung hot sauce. We do.
Yeah, so it's sheep.
We smoke the chilies with sheep dung.
Yeah, so sheep dung is actually a sheep shit.
Just yeah.
Yeah.
So with a chili sheep dung sauce that you put on top.
Yeah, but like a barbecue in the barbecue way. But usually we have the hot sauce just straight up, but this one has a little bit of ketchup and sugars and vinegar in it.
So it's a little bit milder.
Okay, do you want to show it full? Okay, like turn it
So
around.
this is how you
Turn it around. Like the on the other side to
Show
show.
the other side.
Wow.
So this is half of the head.
Yeah. So this way we put the brain in here. And then you have the nostrils and tongue here.
Of course.
Basic stuff.
This is with the eyes and everything, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Laufey is gonna eat the eye later on.
Yes, pop that.
Oh my god.
So this is how you would start eating a sheep head.
So normally we in Iceland, we don't eat this on a pizza. We don't do that. But here we're just improvising with this really old tradition in Iceland and making it ours here at the pizzeria. Like how can we use local products or local meat, like in this case, in our cooking or pizza making. So
And then you strip it down. Just take all the meats off. And then you have a pretty
Leggur?
No.
It's called leggur, right?
people used to play with it in back in days. So this would be the cow.
What was it? The cow? Wasn't it the horse?
Or the horse. I don't know.
Yeah, well, whatever livestock that you know.
Yeah, just the livestock.
Yeah.
And this is occurring maybe like 60, 70, 80 years ago that kids in Iceland would play with these bones and these would be in their jewel boxes, like all these different bones, and they would play with leggur and skél. And yeah, so this is an old tradition.
Yeah,
here
so
in
basically scale is basically shells or shells of you know, you would pick some shells from the beach, and then you would have these livestock materials made from the sheep heads. So you take the meat off and then you put it on top of the pizza.
Yes, I mean, we are basically doing a pulled lamb here on the pizza.
Yeah.
So it's an experience to, I mean, I think the skin is probably be the hardest part for most people because it's like more like Asian cuisine.
Are we gonna eat the skin?
Yes.
It smells really good. The Icelandic lamb is notorious for a great taste. So right away, as he is shredding the singed sheep head down, this great like smell comes up, and it just reminds you on a Sunday evening, Sunday dinner at your grandma's. Like it's, I don't know what's.
I can almost smell it from here.
It's really good. I have no idea what part I'm eating. It's just good. Combined with pizza,
This
has been boiled for such a long time. Of course, it's like it falls off from the.
Yeah, I mean it's just like pulled pork, or like pulled lamb.
Yeah.
So really we just add this randomly to the pizza. But I'm not going to teach people how to eat pizza with sheep head on it. They can eat the sheep head and then the pizza, or they can add it onto the pizza like this, and then maybe extra barbecue sauce over it, and then just bombs away on the goodness.
And that barbecue sauce, that's something we also make, right?
Yeah.
But I think what we would do
I'm
traditionally,
really hungry.
he's really hungry. So what we do traditionally is having a shot of this with it. But
Nice.
some say that drinking this is just to numb the flavor of the food.
Yes, and also people drink it too cold in Iceland, so they don't really taste the flavor of the brandy.
You
I
think
have a
that's
special edition with a hot sauce barrel.
okay? I haven't tried this one. What
No,
did this? All right.
This is new.
Came last week.
Okay.
Yes, yeah. I think we have to have a shot, but like in the traditional festivals, Þorrablót festivals, people are having all kinds of fermented food.
Fermented shark.
Lundabakka,
Sheep testicles.
and it goes on and on. So, and we wouldn't be telling the truth if we would say that all the food that is served on these Þorrablót buffets is good. So then these shots come in handy, actually. So some say they are a vital part of.
But you have to eat the first, the food, then take the shot.
A bite, at least. A bite.
It's not the shot first and then the food.
Yeah, okay, exactly. Yeah, go ahead, Elvar. Go ahead.
So I do the flip.
Okay. Yeah.
This actually, I would like to try this. You know, this looks delicious. My Hilda is actually making a leg of lamb in the oven now, so I can feel that I can smell the aroma from that. So I can just I'm there with you guys.
Yeah, definitely. It's good. Some use cutleries, but the right way. Oh, well, okay, you can hold the phone. Should we let it down here?
The only way to eat pizza is to eat it with your hands.
Okay. So I could be eating the tongue. God, I don't know.
Oh, I think you have the cheek there.
Cheek, that's good.
That's the best part.
Okay, dokie.
So how many times have you eaten sheephead, Laufey?
This is actually the first time.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
But
So Elvar is more into the cuisine and culinary part. I'm more of a taster. I go for it, but this is something I wouldn't dream of doing. But he came up with it. I was like, sure, we can make it work. We can do something fun out of this, especially during these times.
It's a brilliant for marketing. It's not very common that you get a singed sheephead pizza. I've never heard about that before. So
Exactly.
It's also the experience to pull the sheephead apart onto the pizza.
Yeah.
I would recommend that, but if you want to eat the sheephead first or the pizza first, I
got something hard.
Yeah.
What's that?
I don't know.
Some people say that you shouldn't eat the ear. Have you heard
Yeah.
that?
Ear?
I don't really like the ear.
No. But it has.
There was a superstition that the ear would be accused of theft if the ears were removed with the owner's mark on them. So that was like a. So if you ate that was a bad sign.
It's good. I mean, I would say it would be bad. I would tell you. So this is just good pizza.
Yeah.
Definitely, maybe not for the eye, like he said earlier. He said, what he said, like a sleeping sheep in the field. He said.
Yeah. Sheephead laying on the grass in the field.
Yeah. Really poetic description of the sheep laying there. And people actually we've sold quite a few yesterday, and also it's for sale today also. And many, I would say, more are curious about the pizza than actually willing to order it. So many are just having a look and just, but there's like one who actually order it, and we haven't had a complaint about it. So this is something that will come back, I would say.
I would recommend just for the barbecue next summer. Sheep sets on the
barbecue. Barbecue summer 2022.
So what's the rest of that? You know, you have it looks like rucola or something like that. Salad. What's the rest of on the pizza?
So we just have our pizza crust. Then we mix rover. It's a roundabout. No, what's a
turnip shreds?
Turnips, yeah, it's like yellow turnips from Iceland. We mix that with cream cheese, and we basically make the sauce out of that for the base. And then we put a little bit of like fresh mozzarella, and then we bake it in the oven. When it comes out, we add the rucola and glazed carrots on top of it also. And then the sheep sets, and then you have the extra barbecue sauce to add on top if you want to.
Yeah. And the whole ceremony, of course, of taking the meat off the sheep head and putting on, you know, it's a whole experience.
Yeah.
I imagine people will travel from you know, various places to check that out. If you know, maybe have it available on certain days.
It's going to be available today and tomorrow, I think. But then we see if the demand is that high, we can do it more regularly, or maybe once a month or something.
Yeah, or just maybe during the high season where we have a lot of flow of people. So, I mean, definitely unique.
So what is the high season for you guys? Is it you know, June, July, August, like summer months, or?
It's like starting in Easter's, around Easter's, and then to maybe September.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like the high season.
This is of course a regular stop for people when they are going the Golden Circle. Of course, that's you know, they're going the whole circle. This would be a perfect food stop, you know, on their way to Reykjavik or on their way to do the Golden Circle.
No, definitely, and also like many people that are there's a large summer house areas around the town.
Yeah.
So many come on Fridays or come when they're going back home to the capital area. Oh.
We have to eat the eye, right?
Yeah.
I like your style. You're putting her on the spot. No, you're putting her on the spot. You know, she hasn't eaten since sheephead yet.
No.
And then you know.
Okay, I will eat that.
Yeah. Let's see. Elvar eat the eye. I don't know. It's just. It is there.
Looks very nice.
You might get reported. I would say you might get reported.
But it's really tasty.
Does it pop?
Pop?
No, not really.
No.
But you might find like a small crunchy thing in there.
No. Okay. So that's the iris, maybe.
I don't know about this. But the meat is good. But I don't feel the urge in myself to be eating maybe the tongue, nostrils, the eye, the ear. So I would go like I prefer the meat that goes from the jawline.
I mean the lower part is really good.
Yeah, the lower part. The upper
part is more chewy and
I'm
more fatty.
Yeah, I would assume that many disagree with us, and especially the ones that have this singed sheep head tradition.
I mean, if you eat it just
would disagree with us.
Just boiled, it's gonna taste like nothing.
Yeah,
basically.
But here we have this extra barbecue sauce.
And in the fire oven.
I'm gonna slide away from the head here and get the meat, just like that. I mean the tongue. No, I'm not gonna go with it.
What brought you to the sauces? Now you opened up the restaurant 2017, and now you're brewing beer for the state-run alcohol stores. But what brought you to start with hot sauces? You know, what kind of?
So when we started the restaurant, we had 2017. We had one pizza. It's like number 5 on our menu. It's called Gilly. and it has this hot sauce put on afterwards. Hot sauce is more like a hot paste actually on the pizza.
The chipotle chili.
Yeah, chipotle sauce. And then I mean, I love chilies, and it's just a dark place you go into if you don't eat enough chilies. And, so I started to develop more hot sauces, and the next one was goshi, which is like a habanero mango hot sauce, which is a bit stronger. And,
Sweeter.
yeah, sweeter. And then we found out one of our friends was actually growing chili peppers in Iceland, and we started to do like basically we buy all the chilies he grows, and
so we have our own chili farmer.
Yeah, our own chili farmer,
and
he grows all the peppers we need for the hot sauces, and we have too much peppers, so we need to just start selling the hot sauce outside of the house. And then we developed more hot sauces. The Oddur was the next one, which is like super strong hot sauce. It's just like super hot chilies like Carolina Reaper and Seven Pot and Naka Viper.
It goes high in the Scoville scale. We haven't like measured exactly how spicy it is, but we've had individuals that have acknowledged about the Scoville scale, and they say it's really up there. Really up there.
And then the next one was the sheep shit smoked hot sauce, which is like based on I would say, I mean, we have the chipotles from Mexico. In Iceland, we have the sheep shit smoked jalapenos, and just something I really want to do, like with the sheep head pizza.
And then
the newest one is Sölvi, which is like a fermented hot sauce with seaweed or sör, dulce, and green jalapenos. It's like the newest hot sauce.
So we have 5 hot sauces in our hot sauce line. It's called Eldtungur in Icelandic, or flaming tongues. And we are actually launching in the next weeks like smaller bottles of the hot sauces. So it's going to be travel friendly. Like it will fit into your pocket, hot sauce in your pocket. And and the greenhouse, the chilies, they are grown in a greenhouse where geothermal energy is being used. So the greenhouse is powered with geothermal steam. That's the power source of the greenhouses. So,
it's like the main reason is it's really cold in Iceland, almost every time of the year.
Yeah.
So we need the geothermal steam to keep it warm, and then we have some lights to grow the chilies.
Help during the darkest times of the year, where we have like 4 hours of sun or something, or not even sun, just daylight. But it's also maybe worth mentioning that our chilies are being grown with geothermal energy, but the same goes for our brewery. So like the reason why we chose this location for the brewery is like I come from this town called Hveragerði. I imported this man. He was willing to move to this town from the capital area, and I think you like it here, right?
Yes.
He likes it. Yes, he likes it. Yes. And so this house where Ölverk is located is next to a steam pipeline that goes through town and provides many companies with geothermal steam. So our brewery is connected to that steam line, and it's the only the pizza coming out?
No, the chilies.
The chilies.
The chili.
Yeah, so it's a geothermally powered brewery. We use geothermal steam in the brewing process, and making us one of the few in the world using this energy resource, this green energy resource in our
brewing process.
So the only one in Iceland, and there might be 2, one in Italy, one in the States, but I haven't found a lot about them or how they're doing or how they're using the energy. But so we know about others, but this is something we really wanted to harvest being here in this area. which is a low temperature area. Do you want to hear about that, Valur? Do you want to hear about geology?
Yeah. More about geology, please.
More
So you know, you're harvesting the steam. Just you know, the pipeline is going past the house, and then you're using, of course, you know, a lot of material and food and ingredients to your beer and pizzas, just based on what's growing around you, right?
Yeah, seasonal work. We actually had 2-3 years ago cantaloupes, melons, Icelandic melons in our beer. So there was a greenhouse here in town that was growing melons, and we had those in a beer. It was crazy. We had rhubarb, we had ice cream,
red currants.
Actually, at one point we had a collab with Þorrablót from the States. They came here, I think 2018-19, and we were doing a collab brewing session here in the brewery, which is just here in the back. And they decided on brewing a beer with pizza crust and birch branches, 50 grain. So it was a wild beer, like Norwegian style, right?
No, it's
Finnish.
More like.
Finnish, yeah. So it was like low in alcohol, but had this crazy smoke from the smoke oven because of the pizza crust, and the pizza crust was like new. It wasn't like leftovers from guests or anything. We're not there, but I mean, who knows?
You're not using what's leftovers and making it into a beer. No,
we have not
yet.
No, we have not been active dumpster divers.
No,
not yet. But
not yet.
I mean, definitely open to using most of all the materials around us, and
So last summer you had a beer festival, right? Or was it last summer?
Last autumn.
Mm-hmm.
Last autumn, yeah.
So,
Okay.
I need to do a cheers. I can't drink without a cheers.
Skull.
Just a sip. You don't need to swallow it. It's actually good. It has a strong cumin taste to it. It's quite strong, 40%. So, where's the bottle? There.
How
does the chili version fare?
It's really good. It's really good. It has like this sweeter taste, like more caramelly flavors, more vanilla, and then.
Is it less cumin? Less cumin.
I mean, not less cumin, but then the cumin, the caraway seeds, and then brings like this chili heat into your throat.
Afterwards, so it's
really nice.
So it's the alcohol that kind of like warms you up, and then afterwards also the.
It's more like drinking like 80% straw than 40%.
Okay. Sounds good. I'll have to try that on. I'm excited about that one.
I think we have to mention that our kids are with their grandparents, and we're gonna be driven home after the session.
Or walk home.
We live in a small town. It's like 3,000 people. From here to our home is like, I think 700 meters.
Yeah.
700
maximum.
meters. But actually, the difference in height from here to our house is like 50 meters. So it's kind of uphill.
Oh, maybe.
But yeah, okay. Back to
back to the alcohol. So you had a beer festival. What was that like?
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Beer festival. So that's something that we actually always wanted to do. So Ölverk is basically whatever we want to do, what we have ever wanted to do, and we just make it happen. The beer festival was something that we came up with in the early fall 2019. So we decided September, like, oh, hey, it would be great to have a beer festival. So we talked to all the other breweries in Iceland, which are quite few craft breweries. There are like 25 craft breweries all around Iceland. So those most of them came 2019.
So this is a map of so people can basically do the ring road drinking, right?
Definitely, yeah. That's something we could also talk about. So this is a map that you can get at any brewery here in Iceland, or will soon be able to get it, and just hit them all. So you'll just go from 1 to 25. You take your map on the ring road, you get a stamp, and each location, use the hashtag, and then you're able to win a prize when you feel like this is enough to put on Instagram. And it's just a board of the Icelandic craft breweries that chooses this. And this basically, if someone knows the N8 Hveragerði, this is the adult version of those passports that goes around during the summer, but this is all your thing.
So N8 is a gasoline station in Iceland that has this like you can drive from one gasoline station to another, and then you get stamps from each other, and then you get a prize if you collect them all. And so this is like the adult version.
This is the same, but just for breweries and distilleries here in Iceland.
Yeah, just remember, guys, that you need to have a designated driver. Just
you absolutely do, or just stay there in each town in your camper van or tent or hotel. But the beer festival, we go back to that. So it's an annual event, always the first weekend of October, and we weren't able to throw it in 2020 due to COVID, but we managed now 2021 to hold a grand beer festival where there were around 30 breweries and distilleries. We actually had a company that makes cheese also, kombucha, liquor, beer, and then on top of that, so it goes Friday to Saturday. They're like 4-hour drinking sessions each day where you just have your own glass, go from booth to booth, try out all the beers. So in one session, you will be able to taste maybe around 60 different types of beer or liquor. And then
it's too much for everyone.
Too much. Nobody is able to taste all the brands and all the flavors. Never. But then afterwards, we have Icelandic bands, and it's just top of the notch Icelandic music, party, festival, and then food, which we make and sell. So it's like basically it's an event that we would want to show up to. It's basically all we want. And we actually had a selfie booth. We had a florist from town come here and make a great floral beer photo booth. So it was like really in style with the theme. It's also located in a greenhouse. So the temperature in the greenhouse in the beer festival, it's like October, it's cold, it's dark, it's mostly raining in October, but it's hot there. It's like 25, 30 degrees. People are sweating, like taking their clothes off. It's like, it's wild.
Sounds like my kind of festival. So people are coming from all over and attending this and just staying in town and enjoying beers and then partying late.
Yeah, definitely. All around Iceland, and we start selling tickets sooner than later. We've been quite
around Easter. We're going to start selling.
Around Easter, yeah. But it is 30th of September and 1st of October, Friday and Saturday. And it's actually just also really fun to get so up and close with all the breweries because
and the brewers and
the brewers.
They are usually nice people.
Usually, all the time, really nice. And we like to attend each other's beer festivals. So there are a beer festival in Reykjavik. There is a beer festival in the North Kaldi, Brothers Brewery, and just if a brewery in Iceland throws a festival, most likely everyone will try to come if the timing and everything is right. And if it isn't a bloody COVID or something going on. But so there's a really friendly community, this Icelandic brewing scene. It's like absurd almost. Yeah. Like everyone will call each other up, like, is there a problem? Do you need anything? And doing these collabs and just really being a great support to each other. So it's a fascinating field.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it sounds excellent. It's on my to-do list definitely to and people can get tickets on Ölverk.is, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We will do that. And on Facebook, we are really active on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Valur, you have to join TikTok.
Yeah. Getting with the young crowd. I'll get there sometime.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Definitely. The map here, just again, this is a union that's on Facebook, newly on Facebook, because we got hacked by some people from Vietnam, and they stole our Facebook page. So we just had to start again from zero. So we're just starting the journey again, and everything about the breweries and the locations, they are soon to be up viral online, so you can look it up.
Sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the, of course I run tours, and that's it's been on my list for a long time to Bailey. We do beer tours in Reykjavik, but I would love to go have like a beer bus and go around and people experiencing.
Oh, that sounds like a great bus ride. Like going from a brewery to a brewery, hammered in a bus, like sleeping. It's a perfect ride. I would book that.
Sleeping bus.
If it's a sleeping bus, I would just have my bunker. I would just try it all in the brewery, go into my bunker, wake up, ready to go again. Next location.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So, but Hveragerði, the town itself, this has been called the flower town. It's been called the geyser town, of course, because of the hot springs that are there located, and of course there are a lot of greenhouses for a period. I remember it fondly when Eden was there. It was like a favorable stop where you would stop when you were driving in the south, and there was a monkey there springing around.
Exactly. And the Tivoli, we had the Carnival House, Tivoli. Once. So the town is quite young. I think it's
gone through many phases, I think, also.
Yeah.
I mean, it used to be really, you had the Eden and you had the Carnival Park. It was really lively back in the days, and then all of a sudden that all shut down.
Burnt down, shut down.
Yeah. And then again, now we're starting to get more growth into the restaurant scene. The hotels are growing, and activities,
brewery tours.
So we're getting like different, but we're getting.
We're renovating ourselves again.
Yeah,
I would think
so.
And also the town, it has strong reputation for being really artistic and open. We have a lot of creative people living in the town. We have all kinds of artists, writers, food enthusiasts like us, and beer. And so in this town, it seems that many people move to it with a strong sense of wanting to do something. Like they want to open something, do something, give something back. So it's a small community, but we got more food coming. And the town starts evolving around the hot springs, of course. It's just a farm area, and then it evolves around these few houses around the geothermal hot springs, and we absolutely don't build our houses on these geothermal areas because that's very dangerous, and actually in earthquakes, which occur really fairly frequently, these geysers or hot springs, they just open up anywhere, basically. So
wasn't there a case when was it in 2000 when just opened up a geyser in the cellar of a house?
Yeah, definitely. I think it was 2008 we had the last big earthquake, and just a huge area opened up in the hill above the town, and it's like all bubbly and crazy. So the energy under the town, because
it's also just like for the brewing part, it's like the energy shifts under the town just regularly. So you might be having a brew day, and then all of a sudden the steam just turns off, and then basically they have to shift to another borehole or to get the new energy. But then for this day, you just have to make this beer because you can't really make the beer you want to make, but you have to change the recipe to suit the situation.
So adjust to how much steam is coming.
Yeah, and also just adjust to the nature. So us telling you that this is a geothermally powered brewery, it sounds like a tourist thing. You're like, really, is it? But it's actually really a vital part in the process here.
And also you have to, it's the hardest part of the process also.
Yeah, and also, for the planning part then.
Yeah. Also during the winter, like brewing takes longer because people are using more energy to heat up the houses, so we get less steam into the brewery.
Yeah, because like
longer days in the winter and then short days in the summer.
So like the swimming pool relies on geothermal steam, the residents in some parts, sidewalks. I mean, we heat up our sidewalks. We don't like to shovel the snow in Iceland. We just heat the paths, walking paths, and we just melt the snow away. Crazy. But I mean, we do that in our houses. We just, like the hot water comes in and then we use it when it comes out again to these grid of lines in our sidewalks. It's brilliant, actually. Brilliant.
So that you have what you have there, pretzels and what kind of?
Yeah.
Let's check it out. It's our favorite. It's so good. Where are we?
So I actually ate a little bit of it.
Hey, it's for me.
No, it's for me. So I took this part, but we have it's like actually a German couple in Hveragerði that makes the pretzels. So it's really German. A German pretzel, and then we make this special beer cheese dip where we cook onions with beer for a really long time, slowly.
It's addictive, this one. Like people come long distances just for this.
And then we mix it with cream cheese, the onions, the cooked onions, and we cook it a little bit in the oven. Really, really good.
Oof, I'm getting hungry right now.
It is so good. I like, because we work at the restaurant, we aren't just owners. You see us on a regular basis doing the pizza, bartending, waitering, cleaning tables. So what I do, and I always recommend this for guests. I see people coming in, they want a pizza to share, and I'm like, you gotta take the pretzel. I'm like, you will fed me. So, and I think it happened once in 5 years that people like, no, I didn't like it.
Okay.
But they were probably weird.
Yeah, they were probably strange.
No, just special.
So guys, it's been great to have you with you. Do you have any last things that you want to share with us? Any new plans for the future? What's coming up? What is the next beer that you're gonna have?
Big plans.
There are plans.
There are actually big plans, but we're not gonna announce them yet.
I mean, we've learned that in the past 2 years that it's just best to live each day or each hour.
Go with the flow.
Go with the flow. You never know what's going to happen, but we're just grateful that we've survived almost 5 years. We have our 5-year anniversary, 20-something of May. So.
And 2 of these years in COVID.
And 2 years in COVID. That's crazy.
With restrictions and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but that.
There are a lot of restaurants that have not survived this situation. So,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think it's just great customers, excellent staff that have endured this with us. And us also being kind of we're mellow. We just go with the flow and like don't overly panic in front of an audience, at least. Exactly.
And if you have beer, you can always.
We have beer.
Yeah,
we have a lot of beer.
That helps to soothe the nerves.
That helps. It does, really. Yeah. No, thanks for having us. And I mean, we had technical problems. We have never done this before. No. So we would definitely want to do something more.
Yeah.
Go camping with you or something.
I would love to go and see something when you have a new beer or maybe the beer festival. If I don't make it personally, maybe you'll just take me out for a ride.
Yeah,
sounds like a great idea to have a drunk camp going on for 5 hours.
Yes,
it's like Flow TV but drunk camp. Slow camp.
You'll simply have to send me the beers that you have available, then I can drink with you and
Sounds like a great experience.
Virtual experience.
Yeah.
So guys, tack fyrir mig. Thank you for having me, and I would love to try that pizza, and I will definitely, hopefully, do that later. And just go Ölverk. You're doing brilliant
Thank you.
stuff. I love it.
And hi to everyone in the UK and everywhere.
All
Scott.
around. Go.
Okay. Ooh.